So we be going live. Shalom to my family online. Shalom to y'all. So today's lesson would be on the 7 seals. Okay. The 7 seals. Shalom to the family online. Earlier was a little test. We had to do a little test run. So we up and running. Bear with us, man. We're using this new little service, man, trying to make the classes more streamlined and seamless for y'all. All right. Who know what the 7 seals are? You ever heard of them before? You heard of them? Okay. What's your thoughts on them? Absolutely. Absolutely. That's exactly what it is. It's prophecy, right? A lot of people forget this is a book of law, but it's also a book of what? It's a book of prophecies. It's foretelling. That's what I love about this book. This book tells you what's going to happen beforehand, right? So there's no reason why I shouldn't believe the Most High new prophecies that haven't came to pass when I can see all the things that came to pass prior. You know what I'm saying? That he spoke in existence, right? So I want to preface my comments, well, not my comments, the Lord's comments, by showing you that he speaks in parables, similitudes. Things are not always what they seem, especially when you're dealing with the book of Revelation. You know what I'm saying? It's a deeper, dark saying. So let's go ahead and prove that in the Bible. You know what I'm saying? Because the Bible is very, very prophetic. And sometimes it's not as clear as day to everybody. You know what I'm saying? That's why you see 1,000. That's why we got 1,100 religions. You know what I'm saying? Because if it was, we all be on the same thing, right? So let's get the understanding in the spirit. Give me Hosea chapter 12, verse 10. Shalom to my family online. Shalom, shalom, shalom. If you can hear me, hit con. You can hear me, hit con. We're using a new little platform. For those who's online, if you can hear me, hit con. 12 and 10. Go ahead.
Hosea chapter 12, verse 10.
Mm-hmm.
I have also spoken by the prophets, and I have multiplied visions and used similitudes.
You use what?
And used similitudes.
So similitudes, another word for similitude would be like a metaphor, a dark saying, a parable, right? So the Most High God says, I don't speak directly all the time. I speak in parables. I speak in similitudes. I speak in dark sayings. I speak in double entendres. Double entendres, things that have multiple meanings, right? Read.
By the ministry of the prophets.
By the ministry of the prophets. So the prophets speak it, right? The teachings of the prophets. Give me Job 11 and 6. 12 and 10. That was Hosea 12 and 10. Now we're getting Job 11 and 6.
Job chapter 11, verse 6. And that he would shew thee the secrets of wisdom.
The what?
The secrets of wisdom.
What is a secret, right? It's hidden. It's hidden, right? Everybody don't get it, right? So this book is meant for everybody not to get. So don't be tripping when your parents don't get it, your family don't get it, your cousin, auntie. It's not meant for everybody, man. Y'all chosen, y'all special group if y'all can understand this book, okay? It's not meant for everybody. All praises. The water. Good looking, yeah. We just wanted to make sure, right? Finish that.
That they are double to that which is.
And then you have double meanings. So the scriptures ain't always clear. Sometimes it's double meanings. It's double entendres, multiple meanings. You got to be in the spirit, and you have to have an immense amount of study time to know what it is. Thank you, Ariel. All praises, man. Shalom. Shalom to my Hebrew family online, man. Sorry we couldn't see the brothers today, but y'all in spirit. Y'all here in spirit, man. We love y'all. All right, is that it on that? Keep going.
Know therefore that God exacteth of thee less than thy iniquity deserveth.
That's it on that, right? So that's what the Lord was saying, man. So look, man, when I talk, it ain't always clear as just reading it as it is. You know what I'm saying? It's double sayings, it's double entendres, it's dark sayings and parables, man. You got to be in the spirit to be able to understand that, man. So we're gonna be in the spirit, Lord willing, and bring it out to you guys. Let's get Matthew. Let's get the book of Matthew and let's read 13. Read verse 3. Matthew chapter 13, verse 3.
Matthew chapter 13, verse 3.
Shalom to me, the water, sis, the water.
And he spake many things unto them in parables, saying, Behold, a sower went forth to sow. And when he soweth, some seeds fell by the wayside, and the fowls came and devoured them up.
Absolutely. So he spoke in parables. That's what I wanted, right? What is a parable, Calvert? Metaphor. Beautiful, right? Drop down to verse 11.
Verse 11. He answered
now verse 10, because the disciples asked, why are you speaking in parables? Watch this.
Verse 10. And the disciples came and said it to him, why speakest thou unto them in parables? He answered and said it to them, because it is given unto you to know the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven. It is given unto you to know the mysteries of the kingdom. What's a
mystery, babe? What's a mystery? Unknown, right? A secret, right? Who did he give his secrets to, right? Israel, in particular, the prophets. This ain't for everybody to understand. There's only a certain people that can break down these precepts and these dark sands, like how we see it, right? He gave his secrets to the prophets who are Israel, like my sister brought out, right? Finish that.
Because it is given unto you to know the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven, but to them it is not given.
To them, referring to all the other nations, they are not going to understand this Bible. They might get a little bit here and there, but they're not going to understand the double entendres. They're not going to understand the two Babylons. They're not going to understand the 7 hands and the 10 horns. They're going to go off somewhere. They're not going to understand the kingdom of heaven. And there's only 12 gates. And there's an outer court for the Gentiles, and they're not allowed into the temple. They're not going to understand these things. This is not for them to understand, but it's for us to understand, right? So now let's go to the moment of truth. Let's go ahead and get Revelation chapter 6. We're gonna be jumping around, so take good notes, fellas. This is I ain't gonna do this lesson again, man, in a long time. All right, so take good notes. Revelation chapter 6 on the top.
Revelation chapter 6, verse 1. And I saw when the Lamb opened one of the seals.
Open one of the seals. Who's the Lamb, right, y'all? How we know that? Passover. That's a beautiful precept, right? Let's get one that stick to the point. Let's get John chapter 1, verse 29. That's a beautiful precept, though, sis. We know Christ is the Passover, right? He's that sacrificial lamb for everybody, right? But this one right here is clear as cut right here.
John chapter 1, verse 29. The next day, John seeth Yahushua coming to him.
Yahushua, watch this.
Coming unto him and saith.
And said what?
Behold the Lamb of God.
Behold, this is the Lamb of God right here. This is the Lamb right here, Yahushua, right? Let's go back. So we see who the Lamb is, right? Like I told you, the Most High God speaks in double entendres, dark sayings, and parables. So it's not going to always be clear. We're going to break that down today in the spirit, right? From the top, Revelation chapter 6, verse 1.
And I saw when the Lamb opened one of the seals, and I heard, as it were the noise of thunder, one of the 4 beasts saying, come and see.
So remember this, y'all. Take notes. 4 beasts. One of them said, come and see, right? So for those that don't know, this is John the Revelator. He's in the spirit. He's left his body, man. He's in the spiritual world right now, and he's seeing all these visions, and he's seeing all these prophecies way 2,000 some years ago, right? And he like, come and see. I'm going to show you something. Watch this, verse 2.
And I saw, and behold, a white horse.
A what?
A white horse.
Is this a literal horse, Kia? How we know this not a literal horse? He's speaking in parables. He's speaking in double entendres, right? He's speaking prophetically, right? So these horses right here represents spiritual characteristics, spiritual compositions and components, right? Each horse has a distinctive characteristic or component, right? This particular horse right here, which we're going to bring out, has a specific spirit attached to it to let you know who it is, right? Let's hold our finger on this. We're going to come back. Let's get Zechariah. I just want to prove to y'all that these horses are spirits. Let's get Zechariah chapter 6. We're going to read verse 1 down to 5. Zechariah in the OT. Chapter 6. The book of Zechariah precepts Revelation. It's talking about the end times. Okay. It's talking about the end times. In particular, it's talking about Babylon the Great. Read that.
Zechariah chapter 6, verse 1. Mm-hmm. And I turned and lifted up mine eyes and looked, and behold, there came 4 chariots.
There are chariots. What's another word for chariots, right, y'all? I'm gonna pick on y'all today. Angels could be. Horses. That's what I wanted, kid. The water. Horses, right? Didn't he say horses in Revelations? He's using chariots right here. Same thing, right? 4 chariots, 4 horses, same thing, right? Watch this.
There came 4 chariots out from between 2 mountains, and the mountains were mountains of brass.
Is this literal mountains? Is it literal mountains, Jazzy? Absolutely not. She looking like, oh, no, it's not. Mountains represent kingdoms, rulerships. Write that down. Mountains, brothers, represent kingdoms, rulerships. The reason why the Lord uses mountains because mountains sit on high and it looks down on everything, right? It looks down on everything like a kingdom is. It sits real high and looks down at its constituents or his slaves or his people that follow him, right? Read.
Verse 2. In the first chariot were red horses.
Red horses. Is this literal horses? Absolutely not, right? Watch this.
And in the second chariot, black horses.
Mm-hmm.
And in the third chariot, white horses. And in the fourth chariot, gristled and bay horses.
Absolutely. Gristled and bay horses. Watch this. Read.
Then I answered and said unto the angel that talked with me, what are these, my Lord?
So the Zechariah, like, what are these? Similar to what John the Revelator did. He did the same thing. He couldn't understand it. You got to think about this. I'm getting prophecies 2,000 years ago, and I'm trying to articulate what the hell I'm seeing right now. So he asked the angel, what am I seeing? What is this, right? Now he's going to explain to him, what are these horses? Watch this.
And the angel answered and said unto me, these are the four spirits.
For what?
The four spirits.
So these horses are spirits. They represent a spiritual composition, and they each got a distinctive characteristic to let you know what these horses are. Right? Read.
These are the four spirits of the heavens, which go forth from standing before the Lord of all the earth.
All the what?
Of all the earth.
They cover all the earth, right? So now let's go back to Revelation. So we just wanted to make sure that these horses or these chariots, whatever word you want to use, are spirits, right? Now let's read. Now we got that understanding. Let's read verse 2 again, just to the semicolons.
Revelation chapter 6, verse 2. And I saw, and behold, a white horse.
White horse, right? Give me another precept. Let's get Psalm 78 and 49. Psalm 78 and 49. We're going to bring it out. All right. Psalm 78 and verse 49.
Psalm chapter 78, verse 49. He casts upon them the fierceness of his anger, wrath, and indignation.
See, these are all the components that these spirits carry, right? Watch this.
And trouble.
And
trouble.
Read.
By sending evil angels among them.
What?
By sending evil angels among them.
So the Lord will send evil angels on the earth to carry out his will, to please the Father, however he see fit, right? So we have evil angels or evil spirits similar to Aha. Who know about Aha in the story with Aha? Tell me about the story with Aha, kid, since you raise your hand. And what happened to him? Absolutely. That's exactly what happened with Aha. Yeah, she be studying. That's what's up, man. Kid, the water, right? Aha had he was a wicked king from the northern kingdom. Long story short, he was going to war and he asked the prophets about, if it's safe to go to war. We always can conspire or not. We always inquire to the prophets whether we should go to war or not. And the prophets will let her know. But the prophets was like, yeah, go to war. Y'all gonna win. Which we did win, but he died on a humbug. He died on like a scrimmage. Like it wasn't even nothing. It wasn't no battle. It wasn't even no contact. He died on a humbug. But the Most High allowed the prophets to tell him you're gonna win and make him feel secure and safe, so he can go and he died. So the Most High does stuff like that. He's strategic, dealing with the ultimate chess player, right? So he sent evil angels on the earth. Read
verse 50. He made a way to his.
That's it on that. Give me Sirach 39:28. Sirach 39:28. We're gonna read on down. Shalom to the family online. The water, man. The water. Okay, big bro. I see you. Ishbal on his way. He watching online, man. Safe travel to you and your families, man. Shalom to the family. The water. Go ahead.
Sirach chapter 39, verse 28. There be spirits that are created for vengeance.
See, the Lord got certain spirits for vengeance. Watch this.
Which in their fury lay on sore strokes. In the time of destruction, they pour out their force.
When it's time to destroy, they pour out their force. Who gave them the power? Nico? Yahweh gave them the power to do so because it's going to please him. Yahweh is the ultimate builder and he's the ultimate destroyer. He likes to build to destroy. That's what he into. You know what I'm saying? Because he can do it. That's why he's the Most High, right? Read.
And appease the wrath of him that made them.
And it appeased the wrath of them that made them. The Most High made them, and it appeased him, and he laughs at it, and he gets a kick out of it, man, because he wants to do it sometimes. You know what I'm saying? That's just how the Most High get out. Watch this. Read.
Fire and hell.
What these spirits components consist of: fire, hell, what else?
And famine
Mm-hmm.
and death.
Mm-hmm.
All these were created for
It
vengeance.
was all created to make the Most High happy. Read.
Teeth of wild beasts
Chief of wild beasts. Watch this.
and scorpions, serpents, and the sword, punishing the wicked to destruction.
The sword. What is the sword? Anybody? What is a sword? It's a weapon, right? And there's different forms of weapons, right? We're gonna go into different time periods where these weapons were used to please the Most High, right? Now let's go back. Revelation 6, you read verse 2. Follow me, family. We're gonna be jumping back and forth, breaking this down, precept upon precept. All right. Take good notes, because I ain't gonna do this lesson again for a long time.
Revelation chapter 6, verse 2. And I saw, and behold, a white horse, and he that sat on him had a bow.
Had a bow. What is a bow, babe? Okay, well, give me something more specific. It is an arrow. But what we just say? It's a weapon, right? So this bow signifies a weapon. Watch this.
And a crown was given unto him.
What is a crown, Raya? What does that symbolizes? Rulership, kingship, right? So this particular weapon gave this person power. Sounds familiar? Sounds familiar? Didn't Roger bring this out last week? Do we need the precept? Do y'all have it? We don't got to go there if y'all got it. Genesis 27. All right, Genesis 27. Y'all can read verse 38 on down. Okay. We ain't got to go there. Roger brought it out last week. But nevertheless, right? This particular spirit, right, had a bow, and crowns and rulership was given to him because of this bow or this weapon, right? Read.
And he went forth conquering and to conquer.
Sound like somebody, right? Who conquers more than this damn devil that we know as Esau? Who done the most conquering ever? Let's go over the history, right? Write this down, brother, because we will test on this. I want you guys to know this, right? So from Greece, you know what I'm saying? You had Greece, 300 BC, right? 200, about 200 BC, 300 BC, roughly, right? They came and conquered the whole world, right? Then we was able to regain a little bit of order through John Hyrcanus and the Maccabee family. But then who came after that, Calvert? After Greece. Come on, man. Y'all know this. Who came after Greece, Mosh? Rome. Okay. So after that, Rome, who's the Romans? Esau, right? Then after that, Satan was kind of bound like 300 AD. This is after Christ died. 300 AD, he was bound for a little bit. Then black people ruled. This is what they call the Dark Ages, right? For about 1,000 years. Roger went over this last week. Y'all should know this. If y'all studied y'all notes, right? And then roughly, right, I say about 1400, 1492, 1500, right on that line, just like the prophecy said, that's when they got back their power, right? Prior to that, like I said, about 1200 is when you see the conquering period. You see the Christian crusade period, when they was going around the world forcing people to be Christians in the name of that damn cross. That's why you see people wearing that cross, man. They was sending out friars and Jesuits, which were military people, and if you didn't bow down to the cross, you would get put to death, right? And then shortly after that, you see Christopher Columbus, right? 1492. He goes out to America. He get the commission from the king and queen of Italy to go out and conquer the Americas in the name of what? That same damn cross, right? Then after that, you see later another colonial period, which they celebrating today, right? This damn bullshit day they got today. From taking a land from the indigenous people, right? Great Britain came over here and they wanted to extend their empire, and they became the 13 colonies, right? Then they started oppressing the 13 colonies. Then the 13 colonies felt some kind of way and was like, we're going to become our independent nation. That's why you get the whole independent nation. They won the war and they became America, right? Now look, the irony of this devil, look. He went to war with Great Britain. When I say he, I'm talking about the 13 colonies. The 13 colonies, what is a colony, by the way? Anybody know? That's what they tell you, but it's not. It's more than that. It's not a settler. It's somebody that takes a land from the settlers, from the people that are indigenous to this land, in a violent manner, and then oppose imperial power over that land and say you have to subscribe and listen to me. That's what a colony is. You had 13 of them. So they went to war with Great Britain because Great Britain was opposing all kind of taxations and different rigorous statutes, and they felt oppressed. So they said we're going to break away from Great Britain and become our own independent nation. And they won the war, of course. And that's when they became the United States of America. That's when they wrote the Declaration of Independence, and all this stuff. But the mockery and the irony and the hypocrisy in it, right? One man, one nation, we should be free. Well, whatever the hell is in that damn thing, right? All men should be treated equal, right? Nevertheless, right after they finished that war, what did they do to our forefathers? They beat their backs open. They beat they. Let's go to it now. Let's go to Exhibit A. I'm gonna show you how they did our forefathers. They did us real dirty, man. They did us real despicable, man. To the point where I can't never forgive you. So I'm always feel some kind of way, especially when I see stuff like this. When I see stuff like this. So let me share my screen real quick. I'm gonna just type in slavery. What's the first thing that comes up? Let me know if y'all can see the share screen. The first thing come out. It's gonna be a little delay. It's a little delay. Can y'all see it on the screen? Yeah. Look at this. Look at this image right here, man. This is from a slave that got his back beat out. And the scriptures tell you, man, you only can give 40 lashes. You can't give no more than 40. You think this is more than 40? Look at his back. He took it like a soldier, man. But it's how they was doing this, man. I want to get that one that just make me despicable, man.
For them wounds to be that thick like that, just imagine how open his skin was.
It's a mess.
Y'all looking at it heal.
That's healing. Y'all got to think about when it actually happened. All right, here's another example right here. Look, and then this is what Esau crafty ass always do. Excuse my language. He always conspire us to turn against each other. Look, you can be a house nigga. I give you more. I give your wife more money. You go whoop the niggas. So now the smoke is off me. Now you hate your brothers. You don't hate me no more. And he still does that to this day. He always have an overseer that's either black or Hispanic. I'm gonna have a black or a 10 tribe rule over y'all. So I get to hide, even though I'm the one that's inflicting the tyranny. You know what I'm saying? But you don't see me. Who you see? You see the Jake. Right. You see my people, like as he said. I even fall victim to this sometimes, man. At work, all the overseers are black and Hispanic. And I'm like, I'm more mad because I'm like, y'all niggas don't know I'm an Israelite. Y'all can't oppress me. Y'all can't enslave me. Y'all gonna get judged for that. But I know I can't really get mad at them because they don't know. They don't know. They just doing what master tell them, right? Just like our forefathers was doing what master tell them. Same situation, right? This one in particular, man, when the little baby was in the cotton field, man. That's let me see. Little boy in cotton field. Let's see. Spelled it wrong. Look at this. They got yeah. Look at the Edomite. He just so happy. But watch this though. This image make you sick right here. This little black boy right here. This little black baby. They got the Edomite. He just happy. He's having fun. It's heaven to him. You see. But look at our little baby boy. 4th of July. This was what happening to our people. So while we out here celebrating this garbage, we had little kids picking their hands to their damn heads. Their hands was bleeding. Yeah, go ahead.
Do y'all know what it is when you pick cotton? How it is? It's thorns and thistles all throughout the cotton. So it's not like it's just you could just pick it. So you getting plucked with thorns, right?
Cotton.
And it's itchy. It's not like it's just regular. Oh, we just out there picking cotton. No, it's really picking cotton. None of y'all would do it.
No, it's a process. You got to have a skill to be able to do this job. You have to really be skilled to do this.
And your bag had to be a certain amount. Like your bag had to weigh a certain amount at the end of the day. Mm-hmm. And if it didn't weigh that certain amount, then you had to go back and get that certain amount. Now, here's the thing. Let's say your bag is full of cotton. That bag was heavy. You had to carry up women too. So sisters, when y'all say, man, you know, it's kind of hard keeping the house today, think about your foremothers that had babies on their back, picking cotton, and had to carry their own cotton to the master.
Absolutely.
So if y'all got this right here is light. The Most High kind of eased up off of this. Back then, I don't think nobody in here would have made it. They said that I'll say this last thing. They worked this so hard to where when they dig up some of the grave sites of where our bodies were, that people literally died of their bones and their muscles literally falling down. Literally.
It was cold, man. It was lethal, man.
The labor is more intense than what you guys might think.
Certain plantations, the water for that edification. Certain plantations, they wouldn't even look. They were so cold, they wouldn't even feed the slaves. They was like, "You're only gonna last on my plantation for 30 days. So why would I feed you? I ain't gonna waste money feeding you. You're gonna die in 30 days." The mortality rate was so high in Hades, in particular, the island of Hispaniola. I always say that wrong. That word wrong, right? Hispaniola, right? Hades, as we know it today. It was so rigorous trying to get the sugar, you know, in them sugar cane fields, that they said the mortality rate was, you was going to expect to live 45 days at the most. This is why they revolted in Haiti. They felt like we ain't had nothing to lose. And they overthrew the damn devil and took over that island and became independent. But nevertheless, prior to that, as Roger was talking about, bro, just think about it. You go to Hades, your life expectancy is 30 days. I'm going to die in 30 days from this rigorous, hard bondage slavery. That's why we can't never forgive them, man. I can't never be cool with you, because I know the history and I'm never going to forget. I'm going to always remind myself. I'm going to always look at these videos. I'm going to always go back to these images, man. You know what I'm saying? All right. Where we leave off at? Let's go back to the Bible.
Verse 2, talking about the conquering.
Oh, yeah, the conquering. So we see that. Esau is the conquering devil. He identified it with that, right? Read verse 3.
Revelation chapter 6, verse 3. And when he had opened the second seal, I heard the second beast say, "Come and see." And there went out another horse that was red.
Is this a literal horse, kid? Absolutely not. Read.
And power was given to him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth.
What's the opposite of peace? I want another word. War. It's peace and then it's war, right? Mm-hmm. Who's always involved in war? Who's always got their hand in the war? They don't even belong to them. Esau. This is how we know he's the devil that the Bible speaks of. We can identify it through the prophecies. We can see in the prophecies easily. We can go back in history and see, since Christ walked the earth, who's been in war? Esau. The Romans was in war with us in Jerusalem. They ran us out of there. They eventually destroyed us in 70 AD. Right? Right after that, they kept warring, but they end up losing to the Arabs, the Canaanite people, and our people. We came together, which they call the Moors. They came together and overthrew them around like 400 AD. You know, nevertheless, but Esau kept warring though. He didn't stop. He's a prideful devil. You think he stopped? He kept going. He's like, let's go back to the basics, man. All right, we lost this war. We're gonna go back to the drawing board. Give me that Amalekite 1 and 4. I just want to show you how Esau is. Nobody operates like him. This is how we know he's the devil that the Bible speaks of. And Revelation is talking about these spiritual components who Esau identifies with verbatim, line by line.
Malachi chapter 1, verse 4. Whereas Edom saith, "We are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places."
So we lost this war, but we gonna come back. Y'all got us on this one. We gonna come back though. Watch this.
Thus said the Lord of hosts, "They shall build, but I will throw down."
They gonna build, which they did. They rebuild. They had the Reformation period where they rebuild. They got took down, but they rebuild. But what the Lord say, I'm gonna throw down. Read.
And they shall call them the border wickedness.
The Lord called them the borders of wickedness, man. That means everything attached to them is wicked. This is how we know who the devil is, according to the Bible. It's no debating. You got to be somebody that just don't read, and you just inept or something. You don't know history or something. I don't know. Right? All right, let's go back to Revelation. Shalakia. Let's go back to Revelation. So, took peace from the earth.
Verse 4. And there went out another horse that was red, and power was given to him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth, and that they should kill one another. And there was given unto him a great sword.
They would kill one another. They're going to kill each other, right? Think about it. They're going to kill each other. Think about all the wars.
Right.
Greece, Rome, right? You had the Spanish Wars. You had the French Wars, the American Revolution Wars. Who was that between? Right? 13 colonies and who? Great Britain. Great Britain. It's two white people. Before they became in 13 colonies, they had to push out all the settlers that was already here, the Pilgrims. They had to push out the French. They had to push out the Dutch. They had to push out the Spaniards. They had to push them out. They had to take Florida. You know what I'm saying? They had to take all these lands prior. And this is when they became America as we know today, the United States of America, quote unquote, the land of the free, right? The land of the free. But we know that's BS. That's baloney, right? Read.
Verse 5. And when he had opened the third seal, I heard the third beast say, come and see. And I beheld, and lo, a black horse.
Is this somewhat a black horse, y'all? Like a horse is black? What about you, Miss Gore? A black horse? No? Yeah? It's a literal black horse? No? Okay. It's not a literal black horse, right? This is a spirit. Watch this. Let's see the spirit of this black horse.
And he that sat on him had a pair of balances in his hand.
What is a balance? What is a pair of balances? This is twofold. This is double entendres right here. Go ahead, kid. Don't. Okay, you close. It's in the law. It's definitely in the law. I'm gonna share my screen again. Family. Let me share my screen again. We're gonna go into the understanding of this word and what it means. This word has a meaning to it, right? What is it? Blue bill? What is it called? Blue letter. Oh, there we go, right there. Let's go to the blue letter. Bear with me, family. We got to search these words. We got to make sure we got it right? Go ahead, get it for me, Lob. I can't see it. Yeah, type it in. Put these specs on, man. So look, it's Revelation chapter 6 and verse 5. Right. So this balance it means something, right? Kid was close, but let's get the definition of what a balance is according to the scriptures. Okay. So now we right here. All right, let's highlight it. How you go to it. Salaki, y'all gotta bear with me. I don't use Blue Letter. I use another app. Let me see. Let me use this one. This is 6. Bear with me. What is it? Verse 5?
Mm-hmm.
Revelation 6 and 5. Okay, right here. This is what we want. Is it 6? 6 and 6? Is it 5?
Yeah, it's 5.
Oh, here we go right here. Okay. Boom. Let's go to our tools. This is what we want right here. Okay. The word balance. Where is it at? Bottom. Black horse. Shalaki. Balance. A pair of balances. G2218. Right? The word balance. Let's get it. Yoke. So this particular spirit had the power to enslave people and put yokes of irons on their neck. Who identifies with this? Yoke of iron. Let me go ahead and Google search that. The first thing you see in yoke, you see yokes. You got to break this Bible down. This is how we know who the devil is. Look, even Google know. When you go to yokes of iron, who are the first people to come up? Is it Esau? How the hell y'all the Jews and y'all don't fit the prophecies? Look at this. This is y'all seen this? It's a classic right here, right? Deuteronomy 28 and 48. Clear cut, right? So this particular spirit, read it again, Lord, had balances in his hand. Had yokes in his hand. Read that again.
Verse 5. And when he had opened the third seal, I heard the third beast say, come and see. And I beheld, and lo, a black horse. And he that sat on him had a pair of balances in his hand.
Had manacles or yokes in his hand to enslave people and put them in bondage. physically, systemically, and spiritually. This is triple right here. It's a triple meaning right here, right? Now, we know who that is, right? We know. Do we need to go into that history? 1619? We don't got to go into that. Y'all familiar with that, right? We know the triangular slave trade. Who was the head of that? The Europeans, right? All of them participated. The Dutch, the Spaniards, the British, everybody. All of them little smaller nations, they all participated in. America just was the last one because it's biblical prophecy. It was going to be the last ones to participate, according to Second Ezra, right? Which we'll get to at another time. But nevertheless, it had balances. But look, it's also talking about something else, though, because the word balance has another meaning to it, too. See, this scripture is twofold. In the law, right, when we had balances, we had to make sure that we kept everything honest, right? We couldn't hyperinflate the dollar, or we couldn't hyperinflate the store. So with the, back in Israel, when we had things in the store, hyperinflation means when you make things more than what they really are valued at. For example, like this BS Android, it's like $700. That's called hyperinflation. It didn't cost you that much to make this. You're making a killing off this money, off this little device. You know what I'm saying? That's hyperinflation. America is the best and the most the greatest nation when it comes to hyperinflation. They will print money and put it into the society to create money. So they create money out of nowhere. And then they have a Ponzi scheme called the Federal Reserve. You know what I'm saying? When I print money, I make money, and then you work and you become a slave and you work off that money. And I'll tell China, to make the products, and I'll pay you later. So the Lord said this particular spirit is going to offset the balances because everything was in the balance. See, in the ancient world, we always did things according to reserves we had in the temple. So whatever gold and reserves we had in the temple, that would determine our value. If we didn't have things backed by gold, that's where they got that from our Bible. If we didn't have things backed by gold, we wouldn't hyperinflate it. We wouldn't overvalue it. You get what I'm saying? But now in America, I remember when hot Cheetos was 25 cents. Now how much is it? Like $1.50.
$1.75.
That's called hyperinflation. I have to make up for this money. So how do I do it? I charge people more money. But the money, it's the cold thing. The only people that's getting this hyperinflation money are the top. They people. We don't get that money. Every now and then you might have one or two Jakes make it out the hood, but he's an athlete or a movie star or a rapper. You get what I'm saying? Nothing honest, no honest work, right? No disrespect. Some actors are pretty honest, but for the most part, right? No honest work, like how we got to go and enslave and been in the field. That's called hyperinflation. So this particular devil or this particular horse is going to have the balances in his hand. Let's go ahead and prove that. Let's get Matthew chapter 20. Matthew chapter 20. Matthew chapter 20. We're gonna bring it out. Y'all online, y'all can follow along.
How you gonna bring it?
Yeah, Matthew chapter 20. Go ahead. You can start at verse 1.
Matthew chapter 20, verse 1. For the kingdom of heaven is like unto a man that is an householder, which went out early in the morning to hire laborers into his vineyard.
Mm-hmm.
And when he had agreed with the laborers for a penny a day,
For what?
a penny a day.
So this means something. This balance has a meaning. Watch. For a penny a day. Drop down to the point. I don't want you to read the whole thing. A penny a day. Let's go ahead and read verse. Let's read verse 10. Drop down to verse 10.
Verse 10. But when the first came, they supposed that they should have received more. And they likewise received every man a penny. And when they had received it, they murmured against the good man of the house, saying, These lads have wrought but 1 hour, and thou hast made them equal unto us, which have borne the burden and heat of the day.
Absolutely, right? He said, so y'all see the man of the house, who was the ruler of the house, said, we all going to agree on a penny. Doesn't matter how much work you do. We all going to get a penny at the end of the day. Right. And he had more workers that came in last, like an hour before the job was done. They got the same amount for the people that started. So the people that started in the early morning when the sun rise, they was feeling some type of way because they like, hold on. They only worked an hour and got the same amount of money we asked. You know what I'm saying? We got. What's going on? He said, didn't y'all all agree for a penny a day? In the spirit, that's talking about people that came in the truth late. You got people like Ratazan. You got people like Miss Gore over there who's been in the truth all her life, right? All her life. That's all she knows the truth. But nevertheless, you might have somebody that came in maybe 2 months ago. That can be Elijah. You know what I'm saying? He the man. He feels some kind of way because he got the kingdom. He only been in the truth for two months. This is kind of what this is going into. Don't worry about that. But the reason why I'm bringing this out is to let you know. Read verse 13.
Verse 13. But he answered one of them and said, Friend, I do thee no wrong. It is not thou agree with me for a penny.
For a penny. Right now, let's go back to Revelation. Basically, to sum it up, the reason why I brought this precept out is to let y'all know Esau was going to offset the balances so much that the cost of food is going to be a day of work in the spirit. So your cost for food would cost you 1 day's of work. Is that not? Are we not living in that time? I remember we can go to the candy house and ball out with $10. I remember when I was young. I'm saying like I'm hella old, but I remember when I was a young boy though. Like I'd go to the Crenshaw Mall with 10 and be green, bro. $10, I'll be able to get movies. I'll be able to get me some cookies. I'll be able to get me a couple of slices of pieces and the bus I ride on. Bro, I'll be lucky I can walk in the mall with $10 now. You ain't even walking in the mall with $10. Little kids now, they got hundreds of dollars on their phone. You know, they're like, well, we don't even know what $10 look like. What is that? What president is on the $10 bill? We don't know what that is. Right? But the Lord said that he prepared us for this. He said the cost of your food would cost you a day's of work, right? Walter want to take out his family. It's going to cost you how much, right, y'all? About $200? About $200, right? We can't even get a Pollo Loco and not spend $70. Remember when we can get a Pollo Loco for like the quick 16? We green 16. We're going to have leftovers. He said this spirit is going to offset the balances and hyperinflate the money. Who's doing that? Is it Arabs? Esau. Right? Okay, go back. Go back to Revelation.
Revelation chapter 6, verse 5. When he had opened the third seal, I heard the third beast come and say, Salakia. I heard the third beast say, come and see. And I beheld, and lo, a black horse. And he that sat on him had a pair of balances in his hand.
Double fold, right? Balancing slavery and also offsetting the money, right? Read.
And I heard a voice in the midst of the four beasts say, a measure of wheat for a penny, and 3 measures of barley for a penny. And see thou hurt not the oil and the wine. So
this is basically telling y'all that our food was going to cost the same price as a day of work. And we at that point now. So the Lord told us our food eventually is going to cost you a day's of work for your food. I can't even go to the grocery store and not spend like a couple items, babe. How much? Easy, honey. We like, damn, we only bought a couple things, mostly fruit. Because y'all know boy vegan now, you know. Right? I'm like, damn, I'm spending fruit and I spent $100. This is crazy, right? It's supposed to be a little bit of nothing, bro. This is something y'all can mass produce and keep reproducing. But who's doing this? Esau, man. This is how we know he's the devil that the Bible speak of, right? The Lord said he's gonna have that spirit. Read verse and hurt not the oil and the wine. That's talking about the knowledge, the wisdom. That's why we got this Bible. Throughout all these times, we always had the word of God because he promised. Roger went over that last week. Read verse 7.
Verse 7. And when he had opened the fourth seal, I heard the voice of the fourth beast say, come and see.
Come and see. So now let's see the component of this fourth beast. Watch this.
And I looked, and behold, a pale horse.
A pale horse. Is this talking about a white horse, kid? No, absolutely not, right? It's talking about a spirit. Let's see what the spirit of this horse. Watch this.
And his name that sat on him was Death, and hell followed with him. And
death and hell followed everywhere this damn spirit went. Who has that spirit? Are we not going through hell right now? Are we not dying at an alarming rate right now? Let's just use the transatlantic slave trade, right? Let's use the transatlantic slave trade. They said it was over 80 million of our people died from the indigenous people. Then another 200 million over the course of like 200 years? 200 million of our people died over the course of 200 years of transatlantic slave trade, right? We talking about 280 million bodies. Can y'all name me any other emperor or any other king that got more bodies than Esau? The Lord said death is going to follow him. Everywhere he go, you're going to find a commonality. You're going to find death. You're going to find murder. You're going to find pillaging. You're going to find slavery. You're going to find castration. You're going to find lying, thieving, stealing, corruption, hypocrisy. Everywhere he goes. Whitewashing images, changing history. And he's wise as a serpent too. He is the serpent that the Bible speaks of. I mean, the devil, the Bible speaks of. So y'all know he's going to be wise. Esau's finesser. He's the ultimate finesser. He'll kill you and make you feel good at the same time. How is he killing you and making you feel good at the same time, McDonald's? We feel good, right? We feel good when we go there, right? Wendy's. He killing you. But he making you feel good because you getting this little craving out the way, right? But he killing you. And he's going to the lab. Hey, did you get the booking studies over there and over there? How many died? How many? Okay, well, let's go back to the lab. Bible already warned y'all about this devil, right? Death and hell is going to follow him, right? Read.
And power was given unto them over the fourth part of the earth.
Fourth part of the earth. Write this down, fellas. Fourth part of the earth. It's talking about America. You got the three other parts of the earth. You got Europe, Africa, Asia. The fourth part of the earth is America. He was. Guess how we know this is Babylon the Great, right? And several other scriptures we can go into, right? The fourth part of the earth. Watch this.
To kill with the sword.
To kill with the sword. And what?
And with hunger, and with death, and with the beasts of the earth.
And so during the time of slavery, what happened was, y'all familiar with how they used to give us the scrap food, right? Used to give us the stuff they didn't want, like the pigs. The stuff that they give to their dogs, they would give it to us. We made it, we whipped it up so nice. We made it good. You know what I mean? Soul food. That's where you get the whole soul food from. Because that's supposed to be scrap food that they didn't want. We made it taste good. You see what I'm saying? But they would give us hog maw. They would give us pork chops. They would give us all this type of stuff. And we made it good. But nevertheless, the Lord said he's gonna kill with the sword. He's also going to kill with hunger. You know what I mean? Depriving you of food, and also twofold. He's going to give you food that's going to kill you. Well, you're not going to live long. Y'all can write this down. We ain't got to go there. Ezekiel 4. Ezekiel 4. The Lord told us our food was going to be defiled, and it was going to be pretty much ish. Ezekiel 4, 11 to 13. 11 to 13. Right. So the Lord already warned us and told us that this devil was going to kill with the sword. He was going to kill with hunger, GMOs, genetically modified organisms in your food, just to study how you respond to it. This is what we dealing with, man. You dealing with the ultimate devil, right? Read.
To kill with the sword, and with hunger, and with death, and with the beasts of the earth. Verse 9. And when he had opened the fifth seal, I saw under the altar the souls of them that were slain for the word of God.
Absolutely. The souls of them that were slain and killed for the word of the Most High God, right? In particular, Yahweh Shai, right? Watch this.
And for the testimony which they held.
The testimony of Yahweh Shai, because he is real. Watch this.
And they cried with a loud voice, saying, How long, O Lord, holy and true, does thou not judge and revenge our blood on them that dwell on the earth?
So this is going on in the heavenly realm. When they die, they go up into the heavenly realm and they complain to the Heavenly Father, not directly to an angel, and he'll pass the message. When we're going to get our recompense. We're going to get our get back. It's the same thing that Cain, what Abel did when Cain killed him. When he talked to the Lord, it was in the heavenly realm. Like, when I'm going to get my get back on what my brother did to me. That's why the Lord was like, I can hear his blood crying on the ground. Something like that happened in the heavenly realm, right? Give me 2nd Ezra for this precept. 2nd Ezra 4 and 35. So this, I believe, we're coming out of this into the 6th seal. We're coming to this the period of time we're in. coming out of this into the 6 seal, you're gonna see a lot of. Well, I ain't gonna say a lot, but you're gonna see some of us that's gonna have to put to death. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna keep it 100 with y'all. According to the scripture, some of us gonna have to die. All right, read that.
2nd Ezra chapter 4, verse 35. Did not the souls also the righteous ask questions of these things in their chambers?
In their chambers, right? The righteous, the souls of the righteous read,
saying, how long shall I hope on this fashion? When cometh the fruit of the floor of our reward?
when we gonna get our kingdom back? When we gonna rule? When we gonna be able to bound this devil Esau? This is what they doing in the heavenly realm right now to Yahweh. And he just patiently waiting, like, don't trip, y'all gonna get back, don't worry. And it's gonna be lovely. Y'all gotta wait. All right, read.
Verse 36. And unto these things Uriel, the archangel, gave them answer and said, even when the number of seeds is filled in you.
When it's fulfilled, when the number, because the Most High has a certain number that he wants on the earth, and once that elect is sealed, that's when we'll get our kingdom. So we got to get our act together, man. This is why Christ later said the kingdom of heaven is within y'all. Y'all It's gonna be a little delay. We back on, y'all. All right, so lock it. Technical difficulties. Technical difficulties.
Oh, you back on.
The water. All praises, man. All praises, man. Say you not stopping nothing, man. You trying your best. All right, so look. I want to show y'all how these missiles look. All right, so bear with me. Watch this. Bear with me, y'all. Appreciate y'all bearing with me. Each time, you know, the first time is always kind of tricky. It's always tricky. All right. I'm gonna show y'all these missiles, man. Watch this. Watch this. This is a thermonuclear missile. This is one of Russia's
Trying to
missiles right
figure out
here.
how to start an online business or how to get people to actually buy from you over the internet. I have some really good news for
Never mind that. No, not this one. This is not the one I want. Let me see. Not that one. Let me get this one. Hey, you got the what's the name out? Because the battery is low. Yeah. This is it right here. This is how it looks. Thermonuclear missile. Let me give you a full screen. It's full screen. Come on, man. There we go. All right. Watch this. Why you describe it as a star? Oh, put it over here. Put it over. Put it over. Just put it over. Pause it. All right. So y'all see that, right? So we can go back to the screen.
You gonna have to probably switch seats.
We'll switch out. Yeah, we'll switch real quick. So lock here, y'all. Bear with us. We're using this little guy right here. But nevertheless, y'all see that, right? This is why he described it as stars, because he couldn't articulate what the hell he was seeing 2,000 years prior, right? So John was like, these got to be stars. It's the only way I can explain them. Like, they look like stars. You know what I'm saying? Kind of let you know what these things was exactly were, right? And then we read it in Ezra's, let you know these is talking about actual arrows, the Lord's arrows, which we're going to get. Read it again, 2nd Ezra's 16:13.
Second Ezra chapter 16, verse 13.
Mm-hmm.
For strong is his right hand that bendeth the bow.
Mm-hmm.
His arrows that he shooteth are sharp and shall not miss when they begin to be shot into the ends of the world.
Absolutely. They're not going to miss. They got angels. The Lord has given them the ability. You got mad scientists that spent their whole life on building these damn bombs. You know what I'm saying? That's all they do. And then you got the engineers who design the missile guidance system so it can make sure that it hits its target. North Korea, the only reason why they ain't shot yet because they can't get over here yet. Once they get enough power to get over here, they're gonna shoot. They already ready. They like, man, we can't get it over here yet. We keep missing. They hit the Pacific Ocean. They hit the Atlantic. They like, man, once we able to hit something, California, man, they've been trying to get it over here. California, Hawaii, you know what I mean? Any country that's close, they're gonna hit them. You see what I'm saying? But nevertheless, the Lord is giving these mad scientists, these engineers, the capability and the knowledge to be able to do this, right? Read that again.
For strong is his right hand that bendeth the bow. His arrows that he shooteth are sharp, and shall not miss, when they begin to be shot into the ends of the world. Behold, the plagues are sent, and shall not return again, until they come upon the earth.
Keep reading.
The fire is kindled, and shall not be put out, till it consume the foundation of the earth.
That's how we know this is talking about the missiles, right? Now go back to John, right? Go back to John. Oh, yeah, read verse 17. Salakia. Well, I'll read it. Verse 17 in second Ezra. It says, woe is to me, woe is me. Who will deliver me in those days? Yahweh Shai is the only way you're gonna get out. If you're in a place where they're going off, you're not gonna be able to survive. That's why when they say we need a savior, we need Yahweh Shai. It's gonna start it off, but it's gonna be a whole lot of stuff happening. You know what I'm saying? This is gonna start it off though. Yahweh Shai, you gotta remember, it's gonna be a war at the end. The war is gonna begin with them first. Then that's when Yahweh Shai and his holy angels are gonna come and finish it off. Yahweh Shai and his angels are gonna come finish it off, but Babylon has to be destroyed in the midst of this. Go back to verse 13.
Revelation chapter 6, verse 13.
Mm-hmm.
And the stars of heaven fell into the earth, even as a fig tree casteth her untimely figs, when she is shaken of a mighty wind.
So it's like a tree. You know, when you shake a tree and the leaves come down fast, that's how they're gonna be looking. Boom, 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 bow, 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 boom, boom, bow. Blowing up everything. You know what I'm saying? That's how it's gonna look. Right? Read.
Verse 14. And the heaven departed as a scroll when it is rolled together.
That's that scroll. That's how you describing it. It's a mushroom cloud, though. He said the heavens, which is the firmament, look like a roll or a scroll, rather. You know what I'm saying? That's that mushroom cloud. I'm gonna go back to it. Let me share my screen one more time. I'm gonna show y'all where, because the United States is the only country to ever launch a thermonuclear missile in war. They're the only ones to ever launch a thermonuclear missile. Let me go back to it.
You're not a dish. You're a man.
Excuse
Name
me.
brand bars and body washes you rub on.
I'm gonna show y'all how I look. Watch this. This is when the United States dropped the hydrogen bomb on Pearl Harbor in Hiroshima. Hiroshima and Nagasaki. They dropped two hydrogen bombs.
It took about
we know them as the atomic bombs.
Seconds from the time
I'm gonna show you how it look now.
Until it exploded.
Today we got
it wasn't a man
100 times more power than this.
Timing it with his watch, or counting, or doing something. I was sure the bomb was a dud. I was sure it wasn't going to work.
After falling for 43 seconds, the time and barometric triggers started the firing mechanism. A uranium bullet fired down a barrel into a uranium target. Together, they started a nuclear chain reaction. Solid matter began to come apart, releasing untold quantities of energy.
That's the roll you saw, called the mushroom cloud. right? So now look, read that precept again, because it's gonna be 10 times worse now. That was back in World War II. They got bombs that's 100 times more stronger than it is back then, today, right? Read that. It's like, go ahead, read that verse again.
Revelation chapter 6, verse 14. And the heaven departed as a scroll when it is rolled
That's
together.
what I'm talking about, that mushroom cloud that you see, right? That scroll is that mushroom cloud. The heavens is talking about the firmament, right? Which is the first heaven. That's all you're going to see, right? This is what John's seeing. He's witnessing. Read.
And every mountain and island were moved out of their places.
Absolutely. Read.
And the kings of the earth, and the great men, and the rich men, and the chief captains, and the mighty men, and every bondman, and every free man, hid themselves in the dens and in the rocks of the mountain.
So these are people that's in their underground bunkers. They're trying to go to safety, like how when they, you know, how they was right there, Hiroshima, Nagasaki. They was hiding for cover and safety. You got people still today. This happened several years ago. You got people still to this day dealing with those ramifications of that bomb, that nuke that they dropped. Radiation is still killing people, man. People born blind, they're born with all type of diseases, you know what I mean? All type of metal in their skin because of this damn bomb that they dropped. And that was several years ago, you know what I'm saying? You're talking about World War II. Think about now what they have. They got a bomb, Russia calls the Satan II. You got a Satan 1 and Satan 2. Satan 2 can take off the whole state of Texas. How many you think he had? All he need to shoot is 50, right? About 40 of them. America be done, right? But it ain't gonna happen to the Most High say so, right? But we see that. So we're not in this time period, right? This is how we know we're coming out of the 5th into the 6th seal. When you seeing prophets on the corner start dying, that's how you know we in the 5th seal, right? And then that 6th seal is when you see, you know, the all-out war coming, right? Read.
Verse 16. And said to the mountains and rocks, fall on us, and hide us from the face of him that sitteth on the throne.
Who's sitting on the throne? Yahweh Shai. So hide us from him that's sitting on the throne, Yahweh Shai. Read.
And from the wrath of the Lamb.
The wrath of the Lamb, Yahweh Shai, right? Because this is the wrath that's going to come to this place. It's going to be all type of stuff, man. It ain't going to just be these missiles. It's also going to be heavenly fires that these chariots can shoot out. You know what I'm saying? The chariots can shoot out fire. They can they can go into stealth, they can disappear, go into a bolt of fire, and just take out whatever it touch. They fighting a losing war, man. They know this. That's why they trying to get out there. That's why they trying to, NASA's spending billions of dollars, trillions of dollars trying to get out there. They got all these underground bunkers because they know they're going to lose this fight. They know it ain't no way to win this fight, right? We fighting a winning battle. We just got to repent and keep the commandments, right? Read. And faith in his son. Can't forget about his son, right? Read.
For the great day of his wrath is come, and who shall be able to stand?
We're going to be able to survive. This is why we need a deliverance, right? So I'm gonna end it with this. Let's get the deliverance. You know, Lord willing, we are that number. 1 Thessalonians chapter 4, and we're gonna read verse. We're gonna read verse 16. Shalakia family, we had some technical issues, but you know, we back on board. Go ahead.
1 Thessalonians chapter 4, verse 16. For the Lord himself shall descend from heaven with a shout, with the voice of the archangel, and with the trump of God.
The trumps of God is talking about all that. Them hellfires y'all gonna see, it's gonna be so much destruction. Y'all ain't gonna know, you know, people that witness ain't gonna know what to do with themselves. They're gonna want to die in that day, right? Read.
And the dead in Christ shall rise first.
The dead in Christ gonna rise first. So the people that already served and did their things that's in their chambers right now, read.
Then we which are alive and remain shall be caught up together with them in the clouds.
Clouds is talking about the chariots, right? This is what they call the rapture, right? The Christian church call it the rapture, right? It's going to be a real life rapture, is like they like to call it, right? But it's only going to be the Israelites, the elect, going to be saved from this, right? The ones that kept the commandments and faith in Christ. They're going to be caught up into the clouds of chariots, read.
To meet the Lord in the air.
Meet them in the heavens, right? Before it kick off, right? Read.
And so shall we ever be with the Lord. Wherefore, comfort one another with these words.
We got to comfort each other for these words. Hopefully that we are of that number and be delivered from the destruction that's coming to America. I sit on that, y'all. Shalom, family. Thank y'all for staying with us despite the technical difficulties, man. We appreciate y'all. Y'all can just skim through that little part there. We had some errors and technical difficulties, but shalom. Thank y'all, family. Have a blessed one.